Hello, this is Hector Rivas with your update for November 28th, 2011. In reviewing the events of over the weekend, we can choose to be clouded from the reality that the dangerous epoch of which society has entered was brought about by the British Empire. The attack on the part of NATO helicopters and fighter jets on two military outposts in northwest Pakistan on November 26 was met the following day with claims from unnamed Afghan officials that the NATO attack was provoked as their patrolling forces came under fire first, according to a VOA newswire. But is that really the issue? The British have brought us to the point where civilization is at the brink of a thermonuclear war. Events such as these and further provocations yet to have come about are what should be expected as we sit on a global landmine created by the seeds sown by the British Empire prior to and in the aftermath of the Sykes-Picot Treaty of 1916. The policy of the British royal family is genocide, and Prince Philip has proudly stated so. If we are to avoid war, if we are to succeed in making war obsolete, then we have to fight and succeed in the real war to save civilization, end the British Empire, and what better way to begin than by removing peacefully their puppet president of the United States, Barack Obama. Without ending the global system of the empire, their euro, their bailouts of speculative money, and most importantly, removing Barack Obama from office via Section 4 of the 25th Amendment, the threat of an international nuclear confrontation will remain an imminent threat. With Obama in office, United States weapons, United States nuclear warheads, are essentially in the hands of the British royal family, who fantasize of being reincarnated into a deadly virus in order to, according to Prince Philip, to reduce the world's population. Only by removing him, Obama, do we eliminate the ability for the British oligarchy to use United States armaments for the purpose of unleashing a modern-day nuclear Black Death of the 21st century. Now, with that perspective in mind, we see the role the Russians are playing, which in stark contrast to our puppet president, serves in the interest of the United States. The moves are one of war avoidance. In the week during Thanksgiving, the Russians have made public that the activities coming from the West resemble a thunderous storm for a new global confrontation. On November 23rd, President of the Russian Federation, Dmitry Medvedev, delivered a televised address to his nation, conveying the stark reality that the Russian leadership anticipates the outbreak of a global nuclear war and is determined to defend Russia and, by this warning, is attempting to stop it.
Пятое. Если перечисленных мер будет недостаточно, Российская Федерация разместит на западе и на юге страны современные ударные системы вооружений, обеспечивающие огневое поражение европейского компонента ПРО. Одним из таких шагов станет развертывание ракетного комплекса «Искандер» в Калининградском особом районе. Будут подготовлены, а по мере необходимости реализованы и другие мероприятия по противодействию европейской составляющей американской противоракетной обороны. Далее. При неблагоприятном развитии ситуации Россия оставляет за собой право отказаться от дальнейших шагов в области разоружения и, соответственно, контроля над вооружениями. Кроме того, учитывая неразрывную взаимосвязь между стратегическими наступательными и оборонительными вооружениями, могут возникнуть основания для выхода нашей страны из договора об СНВ. Это предусмотрено самим смыслом договора. Тем не менее, еще раз хотел бы подчеркнуть, мы не закрываем дверь ни для продолжения диалога с Соединенными Штатами, и Североатлантическим альянсом по вопросам противоракетной обороны, ни для практического сотрудничества в данной сфере. Мы к этому готовы. Однако путь к такой работе лежит через создание четкой правовой базы нашего взаимодействия. Такой базы, которая обеспечит учет наших законных интересов. Мы открыты к диалогу и рассчитываем на разумный и конструктивный подход со стороны наших западных партнеров.
Amidst that, Russian Navy ships were deployed into the waters of the coast of Syria, which currently faces new sanctions and repeated idiocy on the part of France's Foreign Minister Alain Juppé. According to high-level Russian diplomatic circles, with Russian concerns about a pending military attack on Syria to overthrow the Assad government falling into deaf ears in Washington and Brussels, the ships were deployed into harm's way, betting that saner elements in Washington will not want to risk starting a strategic confrontation with Russia, which would almost guarantee a nuclear World War III. The naval deployments have been confirmed by senior retired officers of the Russian Navy, namely Admiral Valentin Selivanov, former commander of the Mediterranean Squadron and former Chief of Staff of the Russian Navy, saying that ships have recently visited their repair and support facility at Tartus, Syria, while two significant battleships from Russia's Northern Fleet are about to embark on a long-range cruise that will also take them to Tartus. Interviewed by Svobodnaya Pressa, he confirmed that the two battleships are to depart from their current station in Murmansk and head for the Mediterranean. One is the Admiral Kuznetsov, Russia's only remaining aircraft carrier, and the Admiral Shabanenko, a destroyer. Former Commander Selivanov said of the vessel's cruise into the Mediterranean, "If somebody's ships are located somewhere, of course it's not possible to simply fly over them and bomb someplace. Even the Americans will not be able to ignore the arrival of our ships off the coast of Syria, although probably our only aircraft carrier, plus the Shabanenko, do not have the ability to stop an entire war. But their appearance in the eastern Mediterranean will be a signal to the whole world that Russia has its interest here, and you can't just crush, destroy, and kill everybody without taking them into account." Selivanov's comments were then followed by Admiral Viktor Kravchenko, also formerly holding the position of the Russian Navy Chief of Staff. His comments were recorded on Russia's Izvestia publication, stating, "The appearance there of any naval force besides NATO's is very useful for the region, since it represents an obstacle to unleashing armed conflict." Russia knows this is what is at play. And with a nut job like Obama still in office, the British have the option of throwing the United States and United States military weaponry and its nuclear arsenal into the region to bring about a modern 7 years war with the intended goal of exterminating the majority of the world's population. To make war obsolete, Obama must be removed. Russian President Medvedev's November 23rd statement serves as a stark reality that the Russians know what the world is facing. It is clear from his statement that the Russians not only want peace, but cooperation with the United States geared towards the policy represented by our previous great leaders, Franklin D. Roosevelt and John F. Kennedy. Is it in our interest? Is it our mission that our nation be sacrificed to the gods of Barack Obama? That our nation be dropped as a hand grenade to unleash Prince Philip's dream of reducing the world's population? No comes only in one form, and that is to move at the conclusion of this report with a full, unflinching determination to end peacefully and constitutionally the reign of Barack Obama.